Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, after years and years and years of waiting, we finally have a beautiful 35th scale American piece of armor with full interior. If you guys remember a few years ago, we had King Tigers with full interior, and then Panther after Panther after Panther, and then Tiger, and Sturm Tiger, and Jag Panther, and just every other kind of thing imaginable with an interior, except in a piece of American armor. And now we have it. Ryefeild has brought us out 35th scale, an M4A3 76 wet Sherman, and it looks beautiful inside. I was kind of perusing the plastic a little bit before I started filming, and there's a lot of plastic inside here too, so lots and lots of parts. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a part count anywhere, but like I said, there's lots of parts inside this kit. So today we are going to preview this kit, let you take a look at all the different plastic parts that are inside, show you all the sprues, things like that. Keep in mind too, this kit did just hit the United States, so we have them here in the store, we have them on our online store, and they are ready to go. So they should be popping up all over the world right now. So very happy to share this with you, so let's get started. Okay, let's take a look at this new kit. First of all, like I was saying earlier, it is an M4A3 76W. And many of you may know or may not know, the W stands for wet stowage. And what wet stowage is many of the early Shermans had a tendency of going up in flames very, very quickly. And that was because the hull, as well as the turret, they would stow lots of ammunition inside of it. So they came up with an idea to prevent that, because the ammunition would cook off really quickly once it got hit, that they would stow it lower down in the hull. And what I'll do is I'll show you part of the instructions to let you actually see what it looks like. So down into the hull down here, they built these wet stowage tanks, and they were basically sleeves that they could put the shells inside, but were surrounded by water. So it had a double advantage. A, it was all the way down in the lower part of the hull, harder to hit, harder to make it go off, and then also it was surrounded by water to help prevent that as well. And normally you'd see, like on the inside of the instructions here, they would have shells mounted all inside there, but meanwhile all of these are just stowed down beneath there. They could open up the hatch, grab a shell, load it into the gun. And speaking of, since we've got this out, might as well just quickly show you how beautiful these instructions are. They are color instructions, so they go through, and obviously the line drawings are black and white, but then they show you all the new parts going on in a color, so you know what the next step is and what's being added onto the actual piece. So you go, oh, okay, make sure all the blue pieces or all the pink pieces or yellow pieces end up on the kit, because especially when you're dealing with something that has so many parts, you don't want to leave off something, just because you missed it, because there were like 300 parts going on in one step type thing. But here you go, you can see how nicely they are done up. Okay, so let's look at the actual parts right now. Okay, if we're going to take a look at a Sherman, we need to get our Sherman cutting mat underneath us first and foremost. So let's take a look at the upper part of the hull. Let you see how the casting is done on it. Like that. And we're going to show you the lower portion of the hull, and it is made up of multiple sections. And I'll show you some of the detail on this here. So you got your final drives there, the lower part of the hull, your radiators, some of those other parts on there. Followed up, we'll take a look at the wheel sprue here. And you do get two of these, obviously, because you got to make up both sides of the vehicle. There are some slide molded parts, like the 30 cal, the light, and some of the other parts there. Next, we'll take a look at these parts right here are the actual internal portions of the turret. So you'll be gluing these inside the turret. It'll give it a little scale thickness for the armor, and then this is also the attachment point for all of the little accessories that'll go inside there. You do get, actually there are a couple of different barrels in here, because this is one barrel that we see right here. The muzzle brake is on the other sprue that we'll show you in a minute, and it is all slide molded. There's also a bunch of slide molded parts right here. Another 30 cal. Take a look at this transmission sprue here. You got your grease guns, fire extinguisher, and lots of little accessories. Here's the next sprue. We have some of our engine components on here. We were just showing you the turret inside, so let's take a look at the turret outside. And followed by the lower half of the turret. So here's your turret ring, the bottom half of the turret. And here's what I was talking about earlier. Here's another barrel, and here is your muzzle brake. Slide molded. There's also some photo etch parts too that you can put inside of here too for the rings, and some of the hatches, the cupola, parts like that on it. This sprue right here, this is your firewall, and then all of your wet stowage for down below here. So here you can see the tank that's in, ammo storage containers, all kinds of other accessories here too. Here we are. Here's another piece. Here's actually this must be the firewall right here, or maybe the other side of the firewall. We've got some of the parts of the radiators here. Some of the hoses, parts like that. And then you do get two of these sprues, so here's some of your ammunition. Some more slide molding done right down here. Radiator fans. Parts just like that. Next up is the sprue, or actually sprues. There's actually 4 of these inside to build up the workable track that you see in here. So we've got our pins right here. They're already formed up, and you will just need to go ahead and place the pad, both front and back, onto the pins here. They've got a guide here, and then you also have to install the guide horns here as well. And there's quite a few parts right here to make up the track, but they are going to be completely workable. And like I was telling you earlier, you do get 4 pieces of this track. Take a look at this sprue here. So this sprue, we have our radio. And a bunch of other little tiny accessory pieces. Here is another mantlet, as well as the shroud that goes around the mantlet as well. Our rear engine here, the rear of the tank, not the rear engine, right in back of the engine. Extra track. We also have our clear parts here. So we've got clear periscopes as well as the little vision ports for the cupola. Well, there you go, guys. There's a quick look at the new Ryefeild model 35th scale M4A3 76 wet Sherman with full interior. You may have also noticed in the beginning I have left out the animated intro for the last couple of videos, actually, and it was getting a lot of comments, people saying they were tired of it. So I thought I would leave it out for a short time and then ask you guys if you guys want it back in or if you want me to leave it out. It's up to you. Leave a comment down below. And I will take all of your into consideration. I am thinking about having a new one made up. I don't have all the video skills to do something like that. I usually have to rely on my son, who can do all that kind of stuff. And actually, the original one he actually made when he was 14 years old. So I was always kind of happy to see that in there. So if you guys like it and you want to keep that one in there, put a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'd appreciate it. So I want to thank you guys as always for watching. And please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming.